So today we have the Cellucor Cor-Performance Whey. This is COR-FETTI Cake Batter. Let me open it up and show you what it looks like and show you how it mixes and how it tastes. All right, so here's the COR-FETTI Cake Batter protein. We'll just flash the nutrition information up here. As you see, it's got great macros. I mean, especially like the carbohydrates. I follow a low-carb diet, so I mean 3 carbs in a serving. And one of that is dietary fiber, so 2 effective carbs, and that is just great. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you open this is just the smell. I mean, it smells absolutely amazing. It will definitely remind you of a cake batter, of a vanilla cake batter, cake mix, something like that. You can see there's some like confetti sprinkles in there as well. Now, another thing I should stress here on the nutrition label, you'll see that now because this is a 4-serving pouch, it's going to say 2 scoops is a serving. Whereas if you buy a tub, it will be 1 scoop as a serving. In these 4-serving bags, they give you a little tiny scoop that's half the size of the regular scoop that you're gonna find in the tub. But other than the 2 scoops as a serving, if you buy the tub, everything else will be the same, okay? So just keep that in mind. Cellucor, I've always had good results with them. I've always liked their stuff. I mean, overall, it's just great stuff. 25 grams of protein per serving, extremely low carb, and a good quality source of protein. Now the taste, in my opinion, is not quite up there with the smell. It smells a little bit better, but we'll get to that in just a second. I'll dump some of this out so you can see it on the table. You can definitely see there is like little confetti bits in there. I just want to show you how this mixes in water. In my experience with the Cor-Performance Whey, it's always better to go with a shaker cup than going with a spoon of water. Again, that's just my experience, and I've had quite a bit of this stuff. Let me go ahead and mix this up and I'll show you. All right, so I mix it up for about a minute, stirring by hand. And I mean, it does okay, but I don't know if you can see in there or not, but you can see those chunks, there's kind of chunks left in there, even after stirring pretty well. So again, just my experience with all of the Cor-Performance Whey, you know, not just this flavor, but all of it, it always works better in a shaker cup. And one more thing that I will mention is in all the Cor-Performance Whey that I've had, they always taste better if you put half and half or heavy cream in there. If you're on a low carb diet, if you're on a high carb diet, throw milk in there instead of water. It's pretty good. You'll get the hint of that batter flavor. I really don't know how to explain it more than a batter flavor. It's the same with like the red velvet cake batter. It's just that, you know, it's flavor of batter. I don't know how else to explain it. Maybe a little touch of vanilla. You can sort of feel those confetti pieces, just barely, as maybe you can see they're in there on the glass. You can barely feel those as a texture. Overall flavor, you know, I was hoping this would be better than it is. Again, in my opinion, I would put this at somewhere between a 7 and a 7.5 on the flavor scale. But then again, the way I rate things, anything around a 7 and above, you should definitely try it for yourself. So definitely try this out. I'd say a 7 to 7.5, not as good as I was hoping. One of the drawbacks is there's a slight bitterness, a slight finish to this protein powder, to this flavor. You know, a lot of protein powders have like a bitterness on the finish, but as long as it's not too prevalent, too present, it's fine. This is a little more present than it should be. Again, my opinion, but overall it's pretty good. It's not overly sweet. It's a little bit sweeter than the red velvet. But you know, what else can I say? It's protein powder. It's a great source of protein. Overall, it tastes pretty good. I'm not going to say it's the best because it's not the best, but it's pretty good. All right, so that is the Cor-Performance Whey. Man, my bag's all dusty. Don't you hate when that happens? You get a dusty bag. All right, so that's the COR-FETTI Cake Batter, Cor-Performance Whey from Cellucor. I love Cellucor stuff. I've tried about all their flavors. You know, definitely check out those 4-serving bags. It's a great way to try out all their flavors. Again, this flavor, somewhere between like a 7, 7.5, depending on your own personal preferences. Definitely one to check out. Not the best though. Mix it with a shaker cup and put a little half and half or heavy cream in there, and you'll knock that up from about a 7 to about an 8. All right, check it out. That's the COR-FETTI Cake Batter.